On December 29th, 2024, 31-year-old Naked Jadix Trinidad Maldonado, affectionately known as Naky, was joyfully proposed by her boyfriend, Jose Melo, at a local club in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and a heartfelt moment was shared on social media with the caption, "I love you, baby," marking what was meant to be a day filled with love and the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, bringing them even closer as a family. But what was meant to be a celebratory moment quickly turned into a nightmare. On the morning of December 30th, 2024, Naked's life came to a tragic and unexpected end. Her family members, who had been rejoicing over the engagement, began to realize something was terribly wrong when they couldn't reach her. Concerned, they rushed her home, only to find that Naked had passed away. Authorities were immediately alerted. The investigation began as detectives and law enforcement officials worked to understand what happened in the hours following the joyous engagement. It was revealed that her fiancé, Jose Melo, had been arrested and was later charged with serious offenses. The tragedy deeply shook Naked's family and friends. Naked was a devoted mother to 2 young daughters, and the loss left a huge void in the lives of those who loved her. Her aunt, Yolanda, took it upon herself to start a GoFundMe campaign to help support the young children through this devastating time. The incident also brought attention to the often hidden problem of domestic abuse, which can have destructive and far-reaching consequences. Naked's story became a reminder of the importance of vigilance in relationships and the need for support systems to protect vulnerable individuals. While Naked's family tries to make sense of their grief, they hold on to the memories of her warmth, love, and devotion to her children. The community stands in solidarity with them as they navigate this heartbreak. Many of you enjoy our true crime stories, but haven't subscribed yet. If you find our content engaging and insightful, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support not only encourages us, but also helps spread awareness and make a difference in people's lives. Before we begin, let us know in the comments, where are you watching from, and what are your thoughts as the story unfolds? Welcome to True Crime Tales, where we reveal the crimes that shock communities and the secrets hidden behind closed doors. These are real people, real events, real consequences. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's begin. Naked Jadix Trinidad Maldonado was a 31-year-old woman who lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey. She was a proud mother of 2 young daughters who meant the world to her. Naked's life was filled with love for her children, and she always dreamed of giving them a better future. Naked was originally from Puerto Rico. She moved to New Jersey to start a new life. She was looking for opportunities where she could work hard and build a future for herself and her family. When she arrived in New Jersey, she had big dreams. She wanted her daughters to grow up in a safe place with plenty of opportunities. Her days were filled with taking care of her children, making sure they were safe, happy, and healthy. She spent her time focusing on them, always trying to make their lives as good as possible. Her daughters were the most important thing in her life. Naked's life seemed like it was going to get even better when she started a relationship with a man named Jose Melo. He was someone she believed could help her make her dreams come true. Jose was the man she hoped would be by her side forever, someone who could share her future with her. They had been together for some time, and Naked felt happy with him. She believed they would build a wonderful life together. Jose Melo, a 52-year-old DJ from Elizabeth, New Jersey, had been a part of the local music scene, known for his performances as DJ Melo. While his professional life seemed to be in the entertainment world, his past raised concerns. Melo had a criminal history dating back to 2010, when he was involved in a serious incident in Union County, New Jersey. He was convicted for a criminal offense, which led to his registration as a person of concern in the state's public registry. On December 29th, 2024, something very special happened for a 31-year-old woman named Naked Trinidad. She was at a local club in Elizabeth, New Jersey, when her boyfriend Jose Melo asked her to marry him. They had been together for a while, and now Jose was ready to take their relationship to the next level. At the club, surrounded by friends and family, Jose got down on one knee and proposed to Naked. He held out a beautiful ring and asked her to be his wife. Naked was overjoyed. The crowd cheered as she said yes. It was a moment of happiness and excitement for the couple, and everyone could see how much they loved each other. Jose was so happy that he shared the special moment on social media. He posted a video of the proposal with a simple but heartfelt message, "I love you, baby." The post was meant to show the world how much Naket meant to him and how he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. It was a promise of a bright future together. The proposal became a big deal. Friends, family, and even people who didn't know Naket or Jose started sharing the video. It spread quickly on social media, and everyone was happy for the couple. People congratulated them and wished them all the best for their future. It was clear that Naket and Jose were starting something beautiful together, and everyone was excited to see what would come next. For Naket, it was a dream come true. She had always wanted a happy family, and now it seemed like everything was falling into place. She had 2 young daughters, and the engagement meant that they would soon be a family of 4. The thought of getting married and starting a new chapter in her life brought her so much happiness. But what was meant to be a day of celebration and joy turned into something no one could have predicted. The next day, everything changed. Just 24 hours after the proposal, Naket's life took a tragic turn. On December 30th, 2024, Naket's family received the shocking news that she was no longer alive. The happiness of the engagement quickly turned into confusion and sadness. How could something so wonderful end so suddenly? When the police arrived, they started by looking for clues. They examined Naket's home carefully. There were signs that something bad had happened. They found some things that didn't look right. The police also collected everything that could help them understand what had happened during the night. The evidence was important because it would help them figure out if Naket was hurt by someone, and if so, who it was. The police found some things in the house that made them think something terrible had happened. They saw broken things, and they found signs of a struggle. They found Naket's body, and it was clear that she had been hurt badly. This told the police that Naket didn't just die in a normal way. She had been attacked. The police started by talking to the people who knew Naket and Jose. They wanted to find out more about their relationship, and if there were any signs that something was wrong. The police learned that Naket and Jose had been together for some time. They had been planning their future, and just the day before, Jose had proposed to Naket at a local club. It seemed like everything was going well, but the police needed to know more about what happened between the happy proposal and the next morning when Naket was found. After talking to people, the police found out that Jose Melo, Naket's fiancé, had been arrested. The police learned that Jose was not a stranger to trouble. He had a history that raised red flags. He had been in trouble with the law before, and some people said he wasn't always kind to Naket. The police found out that Jose had been arrested before for serious issues, and that made them think that maybe this wasn't the first time he had done something bad. This made the police more suspicious of him. As the investigation went on, the police found out that there had been warning signs that people might have ignored. Some people close to Naket and Jose knew that their relationship wasn't always perfect. There were times when Naket seemed worried about Jose. Some people said they noticed moments where he was angry, and they even said that Jose had shown signs of jealousy. But Naket didn't want to believe anything bad would happen. She loved him, and they were planning to build a future together. The police looked back at things that happened before the engagement. They found out that Naket had been feeling scared sometimes. Some people close to her said they noticed bruises, but she never told anyone what really happened. These little signs were things the police wished they had noticed earlier, because maybe they could have helped her. When Naket Trinidad was taken away so suddenly, her family and friends were left with a lot to deal with. Naket was a loving mother, a caring daughter, and a joyful person who everyone loved. But after her passing, her family had to face a painful reality. They had lost someone very dear to them. Naket's 2 daughters, who were very young, now had to grow up without their mother. The loss of Naket left her family in a state of shock. It was hard for them to accept what had happened. Her family members, especially her Aunt Yolanda, were heartbroken. Naket had always been there for her daughters, giving them all the love and care they needed. Now, her daughters were without a mother. The 2 girls, who were still so young, were left to figure out how to live without the woman who took care of them. They missed her very much and didn't fully understand why she was no longer with them. It was a very difficult time for them. They couldn't talk to their mother or ask her for help like they used to. Naket's daughters were now under the care of other family members, but the absence of their mother still hurt them. The sadness and confusion they felt made it harder for them to smile or play like they used to. Their lives had been turned upside down in a single moment, and it wasn't easy for them to cope with this huge change. To help Naked's daughters and the family during this hard time, Naked's Aunt Yolanda decided to start a GoFundMe campaign. GoFundMe is a website where people can raise money for a cause or to help someone in need. Yolanda started this campaign so people could donate money to help support Naked's children. The family needed money for things like food, school supplies, and other basic needs. The money would also help with funeral costs and other unexpected expenses that came from the tragedy. The GoFundMe campaign was shared online, and many people from the community showed their support. People who knew Naked, and even those who didn't, wanted to help. They donated money to the campaign, showing kindness and love to the family. Some people sent messages of support, telling the family they were thinking of them during this hard time. The community response was overwhelming. It was clear that Naked had touched many lives, and her loss affected a lot of people. The GoFundMe campaign quickly gained attention as more and more people joined in to support the family. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers came together to help Naked's children in their time of need. Naked's family appreciated all the support they received from the community. It showed them that they were not alone and that there were people who cared. The donations not only provided some financial relief, but also brought a sense of comfort to the grieving family. Knowing that others cared for them and their children made it a little easier for them to face the difficult road ahead. The response from the community showed how powerful it can be when people come together in times of need. It was a reminder of the kindness that exists in the world, even in the midst of sadness and loss. Naked's family was grateful for the help they received and knew that even though Naked was gone, her memory would continue to live on in the hearts of those who loved her. Naked Trinidad was a 31-year-old woman from Elizabeth, New Jersey. She was a loving mother of 2 daughters. She worked hard to provide for her children and make sure they had everything they needed. Naked's life was full of hope and love, especially when she got engaged to Melo, the man she had been with for some time. She was excited about her future, thinking that her life would get even better. However, the happiness and excitement she felt were short-lived. Naked's life ended in a very sad way. But even though her life ended tragically, her memory and legacy live on. Naked's family will remember her as a caring, loving, and hard-working person. They will always remember how she made sure her children were taken care of. She was a mother who loved her daughters very much and wanted the best for them. Naked worked hard to make sure her children had the right education and everything they needed to grow up happy. Her family will also remember how joyful and hopeful she was. When she was engaged to Jose, she was excited about starting a new chapter in her life. Her family shared in her joy because they knew she had found someone to spend her life with. But now, they are left with the memories of those happy moments, holding on to the love she shared with them. Naked's daughters will always remember their mother for her love and care. Even though they are young, they will remember her smile, the way she took care of them, and how much she loved them. They will remember her teaching them important lessons about life. Although they will grow up without her, the memories of their mother will stay with them forever. As they grow older, Naked's daughters will likely hear stories from their family and friends about how wonderful their mother was. These stories will help keep her memory alive in their hearts. They will also understand that their mother was a strong woman who did everything she could to provide for them and make sure they were happy. Naked's life, even though it ended in a way no one expected, can inspire others in many ways. Her story reminds us how important it is to love and care for our family and friends. She worked hard to make sure her children were happy and had everything they needed. This teaches us that we should always try our best to care for the people we love, no matter what. Naked's life also teaches us about hope. Even though things didn't go the way she planned, she stayed hopeful and excited about her future. This is an important lesson for everyone. No matter what challenges we face, we can still hold on to hope and try to make the best of our situations. Her story also shows us how important it is to be careful in relationships. People should always make sure they are safe and treated well. Naked's story serves as a reminder to pay attention to any warning signs in relationships and to speak up if something doesn't feel right. Naked's story is very important for everyone to hear. What should we learn from her story? The most important lesson is to always appreciate the people we love. We should never take our family and friends for granted because life can change very quickly. We should also make sure the people we care about are safe. If we notice that someone might be in trouble, we should try to help them. How can we make sure people in our lives are safe from harm? We need to look out for each other and make sure we are treating others with kindness and respect. If something feels wrong or unsafe, we should speak up. It's important to talk to someone we trust if we ever feel uncomfortable or scared. Finally, what do you think could have been done to prevent this tragedy? Could things have been different if someone had noticed signs of trouble earlier? This is a question that everyone needs to think about. We can all learn from Naked's story and do our best to keep ourselves and others safe. Naked's memory lives on through the love she shared with her children and family, and her story will always be a reminder for us to value our loved ones and protect them. Domestic violence is when someone hurts, threatens, or controls another person in their own home. It can happen in many ways, through words, actions, or even by keeping someone away from their friends and family. Domestic violence doesn't only hurt the person who is being abused. It also hurts their children, family, and even friends. When someone is hurt at home, it can change their life. It's not just about physical pain. It can also make people feel sad, scared, and lonely. Domestic violence can make it hard for people to feel safe, even in places that should be the safest, like their own home. Imagine a home that is supposed to be a place of love, laughter, and safety. When there is violence, it makes everyone feel unsafe. Children in these homes might hear yelling, see their parents fighting, or even witness someone getting hurt. This can make children feel scared and confused. They might worry about what will happen next, or even feel like they are not safe anywhere. The family might stop talking to each other because they feel afraid or shamed. Relationships can break apart, and everyone in the family might feel sad. When there is violence at home, it can make everything harder. Doing schoolwork, going to work, or even just getting out of bed in the morning. Everyone is affected, even if they don't show it on the outside. Before someone gets hurt, there are often warning signs. These signs can help us notice when something is wrong, but sometimes they are easy to miss. Maybe the person who is being abused starts to hide things, like staying away from friends or family. They might seem sad or tired all the time. They might also try to cover up their feelings and say things like, "It's fine," even when it's not. Sometimes, the person who is being hurt might make excuses for the other person's actions. They might say, "He's just having a bad day," or "She didn't mean it." This can make it harder to see what's really going on. But when someone tries to hide or make excuses for bad things happening, it can be a sign that something is wrong and they need help. Stopping domestic violence takes everyone working together. First, it's important to talk about it. Sometimes, people don't know how bad it is until they hear others share their stories. Schools, communities, and governments can help by teaching people what to do if they are in a dangerous situation. People who are hurt need to know that there are safe places they can go, like shelters or hotlines, where they can talk to someone who can help. These places give people a safe space to stay and figure out what to do next. It's also important to teach children and adults about healthy relationships. A healthy relationship is when two people care for each other, listen to each other, and help each other. They never hurt each other. Teaching kids and adults the difference between a healthy and unhealthy relationship can help them recognize if something is wrong. Protecting yourself starts with knowing what is not okay. If someone is hurting you with words or actions, that is not okay. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected. If you or someone you know is in a relationship where they feel scared or hurt, it's important to ask for help. You can talk to a trusted adult, like a teacher or a family member. There are also hotlines and websites where people can get help. People can protect themselves by setting boundaries, which means saying no when something doesn't feel right. If you feel uncomfortable or scared, it's important to speak up. You don't have to stay in a relationship that is hurtful. Talking to someone who can help is a first step to feeling safe again. In a healthy relationship, people respect each other. In a toxic or dangerous relationship, one person tries to control the other. They might yell, call names, or hurt them in different ways. They might try to make the other person feel bad about themselves. If someone in a relationship tries to keep the other person away from their friends or family, it's a warning sign. Other signs include constantly checking up on the other person or controlling where they go, yelling or being angry for small things, saying mean things or making the other person feel worthless. If you see these signs in a relationship, it's important to get help right away. Everyone deserves to feel safe, loved, and respected in their relationships. If you or someone you know feels unsafe, remember that it's never too late to ask for help. Domestic violence is a serious problem that affects many families, but by recognizing the signs and asking for help, we can stop it from continuing. No one should ever feel unsafe or unloved in their relationships. By working together, we can help make sure that everyone has a safe place to live and grow. If you or someone you know is in danger, remember, help is always available. If you found this story as gripping and heartbreaking as we did, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. And if you want to hear more true crime stories that uncover the mysteries behind these tragic events, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss our latest stories, updates, and discussions. Thank you for joining us on this journey to seek justice and explore the truth. Together, we can make a difference. Until next time, stay safe and stay aware.